I made some new friends out here. This is Stella and Kitty Cat, and I'm out here with their trainer, Steffi. Magic City Rib Fest is running all weekend out here at the North Dakota State Fairgrounds. Make sure you come and check out all of the great food. I'm gonna keep eating here. I wanna practice my shield hook one more time. Can I do that?
Will do, yes.
All right, here we go. Gotcha.
Oh.
All right, I know how to fight like a Viking now, so watch out.
Oh, you're not supposed to have that kind of a...
Okay.
Come on.
Definitely not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Welcome back to North Dakota Today. I'm Kaiti Firkins, and I'm here with author Lorraine Snelling. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you very much.
Good. It's been so much fun.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed Host Fest. I've enjoyed the show. We've done a lot of really cool things. The Lutefisk was different. I'm trying to think of the right word.
Right, let's be diplomatic.
He didn't like my Jello description.
It was interesting.
Interesting, that's the right word.
It was an interesting combination of butter and
Jello. Just in the last 5 to 10 minutes, the Minot Police Department's bomb squad has sent the robot in the house. Now this will confirm to them whether or not the man that they think is in there actually is. It's part of the Y2Y Peace for Peace event that Job Corps across the nation are participating in to end violence on campus and in the community. 1 in 4 women will experience pregnancy or child loss in their lifetime. Today, Balloons for Babies is giving mothers, fathers, and family members an opportunity to release a balloon to remember those lives. Call it a landmark day for the city of Minot as the first flight leaves the brand new terminal. Good evening, I'm Kaiti Firkins. Residents of the Magic City will hit the polling stations tomorrow for a special election, and it may look like a blast from the past. There's a push to change the structure of the city council, but before they can do that, voters have to approve 2 changes in the city's home rule charter. Good evening, I'm Kaiti Firkins. Thanks for joining us. A judge set bond at $2 million for a man accused of stabbing another man to death Tuesday night in Minot. Police arrested Adolfo Contreras Castillo after they responded to a Northwest Minot apartment and found his 28-year-old brother Ignacio stabbed to death and his 19-year-old brother with a stab wound to his hand. Contreras Castillo faces charges of murder, aggravated assault, and 2 counts of terrorizing. As a condition of his bond, he can have no contact with his 19-year-old brother. He'll be back in court for his preliminary hearing April 7th. A man who pleaded guilty to murdering 2 of his co-workers on a pig farm in Souris will serve 45 years in prison. Joe Skrzyszewski joins us live from Botno with more. Joe? New at 10 tonight, Minot police arrested a man for murder connected to a stabbing today. At 5:39 this evening, police responded to a call at 2022 4th Avenue Northwest in Minot near the Dairy Queen. It happened in that upstairs apartment. According to police, a 28-year-old man was found stabbed to death. They immediately began questioning one person. Only 2 in every 100 Boy Scouts ever receives the honor of the Eagle Scout Award, and one incredible Minot family we've been following for the past few years now has 3 in their household. Their oldest son, Austin, already earned one, and yesterday afternoon, the Arts family gathered to honor twins Nathan and Eric in their achievement. But after tragedy struck the family last year, the ceremony became as much about remembrance as it was a celebration. Now, while I didn't catch that fish that I was holding on to, it was so fun to hang out with those guys and something I can definitely cross off my North Dakota bucket list.
Katie, what was it like walking on the ice? What
Not as scary as you would think. It's pretty solid, the snow out there, because there's nothing to block the wind. So there's just wind and snow like blowing all over the place. But we didn't hear a lot of cracking or anything like that. So it was good.
Part of the Peace Garden experience.
Exactly. It was really, really fun. Meteorologist Stephanie Walders joins us now with her longer look at weather. Steph, we have warm temperatures and we have rain instead of snow. Is it safe to say that spring is here? Is winter gone?
North Dakota can be a little finicky sometimes.
Stephanie joins me now with her first look at weather. We went from a beautiful, wonderful weekend to a chilly, snowy Monday.
I know.
That's how Mondays go though, right?
I know, right?
Imagine your kids not being able to sit on Santa's lap or enjoy the lights of the season. That's a reality for many families this time of year due to sensory processing disorder. But some occupational therapists here in Minot wanted those kids to get the same experiences as everyone else. And for parents, it's the best holiday gift they could receive. With sensory processing issues, things we all look forward to, like a visit with Old St. Nick, just isn't possible.
We've never seen Santa before until today. That's just something I wouldn't do.
And moms like Christine have to keep more than just pictures with Santa in mind. The entire holiday season is a sensory overload.
And they're noisy and they smell different, and people who you only see once or twice a year want to hug you and touch you, and you have to put on itchy, scratchy new clothes or fancy clothes, and sensory kids don't like any of those things a lot of times.
What becomes a routine for everyone else has to stop because of the stress it puts on the children.
It's been a journey.
everything revolves around him. Everything is for him. We just got to make sure that he's okay with everything.
So a group of occupational therapists got together and put on the sensory-friendly Christmas. Sensory activities like bean find and Play-Doh and other more traditional activities like cookie decorating and coloring were available in a calm environment. And for kids like David and Ruby, it's quite a gift.
It feels awesome because it doesn't feel like you're different, and it doesn't feel like it's bothering you.
But even more so for the parents.
It's amazing. I just love it that they care enough to actually do something like this.
But Santa still has a couple of things to bring to put under their tree.
What's on your list? Our Santa and Hot Wheels.
Love it. What's on your list?
Books.
Now, this was the first year for sensory-friendly Christmas, but being out there with the families and the kids, it looked like it was a big hit. Meet Nellie. Nellie and this group of kids are headed to Grand Forks this weekend to compete in the Lego robotics competition. Each one has had a role in perfecting each piece of the robot, and it's not always been easy.
In the first one, we had weight problems with the robot. The axle in the robot was being bent because of the weight. It's kind of frustrating at first because we kind of all have different opinions on what we want a robot to look like, what achievements we wanted to accomplish on the board.
They come to the Minot Public Library from all across the city and work together to get Nellie to run through a course and complete a set of tasks.
One of the challenges we're getting to do is getting a robot to the factory and pulling the lever and pushing the plane back to our home base, which is the only area we can actually touch the robot.
And while the robot is the flashy part of the competition, there is some on the team that worked hard to research ways to help recycle paper to save trees, and that presents its own set of challenges.
It's been fun, sometimes complicated, sometimes kind of you have to like find the stuff, and it's not always what you think about.
But no matter what the outcome, these kids have created what they say is a family.
It's been awesome to be part of a team and make new friends.
The group calls themselves the Mind Builders and say their motto for the group is make the impossible possible. The competition is also going to be live streamed on YouTube. Welcome back to the Night Report. We all have scars from burns in the kitchen. I know I certainly do. And a traditional oven mitt can be hard to grip anything. So in this week's Don't Buy It Until We Try It, I put the UV glove to the test for the good of hands everywhere.
Watch out! That hot dish can slip, causing a big mess. You need the UV glove, now with non-slip silicone grips.
The UV glove hot surface handler is made with Kevlar and Nomex and claims to withstand extreme heat up to 540 degrees Fahrenheit. So to see if it could stand the heat, I wanted to find the perfect kitchen. Your regular oven mitt's going to protect you from the heat, but the UV glove gives you grip, control, and it's flame resistant. We're up early with the bakers at Cookies For You to find out if it really works. Tammy works early in the mornings whipping up the best cookies in town, plus brownies and other sweet treats. So when the timer went off on a batch of classic sugar cookies, it was time to test it out, with the mitt on the other hand as a comparison.
I really like it. It's very flexible. I'm right-handed. You can shut the timer off with it. Besides, the mint ones is what we use, and they're kind of hard to work with.
High praise from a woman that holds so much deliciousness in her hands, but in this case, 2 is better than 1.
The only negative thing I could think of is what probably everybody thinks is it should have 2 in a package instead of 1.
Any product that the only problem is they want more of it definitely gets
thumbs up.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles. I couldn't resist. The UV glove has been around for a while, and you can find it at several retailers for $16.99, but keep in mind you only get the one. If you have a product you want me to try out, just send me an email at katie.firkins@kmot.com, or you can send me a Facebook message, search Kaiti Firkins KMOT.